Hello everyone, Cheshire the Cat on the scene with the trial ladder. 11:56 a.m. Lobby number 2.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you?
Honey, you have no idea.
Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface? No matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there?
Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right?
Hey Neps, you having a stroke there again? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. That's hard. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's actually untrue. That's been disproven. Bulls are colorblind. It's the moving of the fabric. That's what they told me when I was young, at least.
Officer Marshall!
I thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. We've got the home range locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. Oh, cool. It's hard to slip out, huh? I wonder what's going on over there anyway. All the police I've seen the last 2 days, they've been really on edge. You okay, Neps? Don't you got enough of your own plate to be worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about Chief Prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? Huh? I've seen the red breeze blow at that slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen too, I reckon. What's that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Huh. A muffler and a muffler?
So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes we just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee! Ah, crap. This is actually not okay. Who's our witness now? I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be! This can't happen!
What happened to Mr. Edgeworth?
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable!
Just don't try to grab it by the hornies. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who are you?
What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. The temperature just rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Same guy as my bet, or his dad, same broche. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you. Who is he? Oh! Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The rows were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy smizzy, Udgy. Oh boy, you need to take time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I heard many good things about you, son. Just saying warmly at everyone for a solid 10 unbroken seconds before saying anything. Yeah, the game didn't break. He literally just stood there. Thanks. Sorry about our little worthy giving you all the trouble, eh? Oh my god, it is his dad. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright? You don't know the district chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. He was Marshall's dad. Oh, my God. So, what do we owe the honored today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing in this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into an exhaust pipe. Our little worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. I think he's fidgeting with his hair. What's this? This is what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. Oh, he's scary. But that's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be so upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I'm seeing Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This guy's scary. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. A blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all I have to do is push that switch, and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Oh, it's automatically doing it. Really? This painfully? Judge, you selfish. What? Don't scare me like that. It's broken. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. This dark red stain. Blood? Huh. Why would the tip be broken off? This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I'd like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. What a character. I'm liking this guy. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess! The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? Huh. It's not like officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. That's quite a lineup! There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that the detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Order! 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 Anyway, at the department, we're all flustered, you might as well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Chances of that are slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. I wonder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why not? Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Rido, but I can't say that right now. This ugly, cuddly-looking old guy. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? It's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman... Ow. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the department that I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Rido.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Rido.
The evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. Can I investigate that really quick? Can I get that tag in the... Right there. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's the case number? That's weird. I don't remember where. But I think I've seen something like this before.
It seems similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
What record again? Yeah! The, Where was it? Where was it? Right here. 67S. So... Wait a minute, it's not 2... We were reading it wrong. If we flip it over, then this becomes SL9. 9221. Oh, I feel so smart. Oh, I feel so smart. kind of evidence that hasn't stumped me all this time? He's down at the department. That was a bad day for the department. Here we go, hold on. Unless there's evidence connecting this knife to Mr. Goodman. There is, right here. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife, this has something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Aji? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12, 2? No. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside down? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But if you turn it around, what do you get? Oh, thank God the game doesn't make me do it. Ah! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. The same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? Ah! What game is this guy playing? You know, it's probably this wonderful game called Phoenix Wright, Attourney. You should check it out sometime. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That's a big deal! So this knife, it was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice! Good show, Little Worthy! It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do any investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. I am hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Actually, yeah, if the two cases are unrelated... Yep, Phoenix didn't get any lunch. No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Yeah, come to think of it, so that would explain why all the police were kicked out of the department all of a sudden. They were all suddenly suspects. They had to eliminate anyone that wouldn't have been involved. What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess! On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one! This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. Oh, God. Because the first victim was stabbed, and that was at 5:15. We already know that the body was found at 5:15. But the knife that was shown, it looked like the blood had dried. I'll have the possibility to be wrong. They died at the same time. He was killed in the police department. Wait a minute. If two of them died at the same time... Where was the victim found? So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. First of all, Elefante. I need more evidence! There you go. Thank you for the scream into the void. I appreciate it. Big brain strong time. Room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. It means the detective died in the evidence room too. There's a connection between the two cases. It seems you're happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Huh? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Because the body was only found there. Yeah. It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Rido. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number of the knives in the evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be not to be a coincidence. One question two were answered, and we already knew the time of death. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well get what I can out of him. The victim's ID number. That actually does matter, because if we can get their ID number, then we can figure out what department they were and figure out everything else. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Except I can! This room was a he. Yeah, we already knew this. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189. I'm writing that down in case if I have to. Okay. 5, 8. Oh, my pen's dying. Shoot. 5842189. Got it. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2. I can't do it. Mr. Judge, I'm going to be downgrading your voice in the next 2 games.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim in the police department, 584219. It does tell me something. Hold on a second. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does, I think. Hold on a second. That's Detective Goodman! Hold on, how can one man die in 2 places? Meaning... Oh, I feel so smart! I didn't even, look at it! My brain was just like, hold on a second! Think, but what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Right here! Witness? Ahem. Chief. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. The body was moved. Oh. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Shut up, Edgeworth. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have the police ID number here. I have to count this down. Number here. Oh ho! Is it yours? No, I'm a defense attorney, remember? Grinning like one with really slow leaking gas. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And? This means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. It started with 82... I'm gonna get cranberries. Hoi hoi, Xeshire, how's the mystery solving? I'm loving this! You didn't even get the first number right, again! The number of the chief the police gave us was 5842189. Well, wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective was killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, 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 sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman was our victim. Yeah, this case was really well written. Oh, I'm loving this. It's taken me a while to figure out, though. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Ow. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Side note, it's annoying when you gift first. I was just kidding about it because everyone's doing it. Actually, no. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? Oh, he got scary. The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh, that's right, the guy he shooed away. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright! Where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but is Edgeworth, here on the premises? I'm here, sir. At request of the chief, sir. We've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Yeah, with all the illustrations so smooth, I'm so used to the low-res pixelated illustrations. I know. I never got to play the old ones. But I'm loving seeing it like this. I hope my voices are on par for you, bro. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right there on the top of the report.
Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. Yeah, so it wasn't super pixelated, but still. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning in court as evidence. And I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy? I have the voice range of like half an Aaron.
What?
Now, what was that second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence must be presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? It's being Normally, you just submit a list of evidence to use right before the court trial. Well, no. Edgeworth did screw up then, in a big way. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this as evidence until a connection was proven in court. So that's why he wanted to be in here with me. To connect the two cases for him. The connection was just proven by Wrighto over there. Good job, Wrighto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! Oh. It seems we've come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Oh! Okay. That was cool! Oh, this is so good! Single case lets you... Every single case... Other case, you let Von Karma win. Yeah! Yeah! Save your progress up to this point? Yes! For the folks on YouTube, this is Cheshire the Cat signing off. I will be seeing you all in the second day of investigation. Till then, take care, ta-ta for now.